If you clicked on this video, then I want you to take it as your sign that this fear that you have, this fear of being seen, is the path that you need to take. It is the path that you are meant to take, because this path is going to lead to the greatest amount of transformation for your soul and for your identity. There are so many entrepreneurs out there, so many leaders out there who have a fear of being seen. But it's when this fear is conquered, it's when this fear is transmuted, that the greatest change and impact that you can have on the world and on humanity will happen. Are you up for the hero's journey? Are you up for the adventure that awaits you? Are you up to destroy these fears, to conquer these fears, and to transmute these fears? If you are, then I invite you to continue watching, because this video is your sign that this is your path and you need to keep moving forward on it. No matter what, you will conquer this. For those of you who are new, my name is Jess, and I'm a master at reprogramming the subconscious mind. I utilize many different tools in order to reprogram your subconscious mind so that you can have lasting and permanent change and step into the leader that you are meant to be. People are looking for you. People are searching for you. You have an audience out there that is waiting to see you and to hear you and to absorb the message that you came down here to spread. They are wanting to be part of the change that you are seeking to have in this world, but they can't see you. They can't hear you because there is a fear that is standing between you and all of those people who are waiting to join you in your movement. Now, are you going to let fear win, or are you going to face it, acknowledge it, and transmute it? You know, I was looking at some of the statistics online around why 90% of small businesses fail, and the internet gave me a few reasons. One of them was, they run out of money. It could be they have bad partnerships that come along their path and it kind of just takes them in the wrong direction. Maybe they don't have the skills for marketing. Maybe they don't advertise in the proper way. Or maybe it's because they're just not an industry expert. Now, a lot of these reasons are external manifestations as to why a small business might fail. But I tell you, after working with the subconscious mind and really truly understanding these subconscious beliefs that get formed, our subconscious beliefs create our reality. I'm going to say that again. Our subconscious beliefs that we are not consciously aware of create our reality. So when something like this happens, you have a small business and it fails, it's not because you are not meant to do it. It is because you have beliefs that are stored deep in your subconscious mind that are keeping you in a place where you feel safe. Maybe your ancestral line never had a successful business. Maybe your parents never had a certain amount of money. They only worked, let's say, and they made $60,000 a year. So that's where you feel comfortable. That's where your subconscious mind feels comfortable. That's what feels safe to the subconscious mind. Now, consciously, you might have your vision board. You might be thinking about all the things that you want. But until you get the subconscious mind to line up with the conscious mind, you are always going to run into these blocks. So why do small businesses fail? It's because they have a belief that it is not safe to be seen. It is not safe to be heard. And this is the very thing that gets in the way of them succeeding. It's the very thing that causes them to fail, to give up, and to go back to a full-time job where they feel safe, because that's what they've been programmed to do. Now, our beliefs get stored in our subconscious mind when we're infants, when we're little kids, between the ages of 0 and 7. Aristotle said, "Show me the boy until he was 7, and I will show you the man." This is what he's talking about. Between those formative years of being in our mother's womb up into the age of 7, our subconscious mind is what's online, and it's downloading everything it sees, everything it hears, and everything that it experiences. And what it survives during that period of time are beliefs about ourselves, beliefs about the world, and beliefs about others and how this world should be that get stored deep in our neurology. And this becomes the blueprint, the foundation of who we will be in our identity when we grow up. So if you witness parents who struggled, who lived in poverty, that is what your subconscious mind is going to get used to. If you witnessed your parents struggling or not succeeding with their own business, that's what your subconscious mind will recreate in your destiny and your reality, unless you revise it. And this is all revisable. Now, when we are children, these subconscious beliefs aren't always negative. We have things that will hinder us from reaching our full potential, and then we have beliefs that will help us reach our full potential. So it's not all bad. We do have some good beliefs. I want to share something with you that's personal. I grew up in an alcoholic household. And my subconscious mind learned that it is safer to not be seen and it's safer to not be heard. And I grew up with most of my life wearing an invisibility cloak. I remember when I was studying neurolinguistic programming, which is one of the many tools that I use to reprogram the subconscious mind. When I was studying this, I was in a program that took 3 years to go through. It's not one of these, you go and you do it quickly over the weekend and get your certification. That is not NLP. I went and I did this program, and I had a teaching assistant that would sit in the back row, and I sat in the row right in front of her. And it wasn't until after the program was done, actually a couple years after it was done, where I was like, yeah, you were my teaching assistant in that class. We were just talking and having a conversation. She's like, what? You were in that class? She couldn't even see me because of the beliefs that I had deep in my subconscious. It was affecting the way other people were perceiving me. It was affecting not only my reality and how I perceived reality, but it affected the way other people perceived me in my reality. She couldn't even see me. She didn't even know I was in that class. And she actually was in small breakout groups with me, and she didn't even remember. Now, this is how our subconscious beliefs can affect our reality. It can affect how people perceive us. Now, one of the videos that's on my channel that did the best, it's about disorganized attachment. I'll link it up here. If you are interested in watching it, you can. But in this video, the audio is so terrible. I had gotten a mic, I thought I was doing it right, and the audio was so low that people were leaving comments like, we want to hear you, speak up, honey, speak up. And I was. But it was that belief I had about myself, or maybe it wasn't safe to be seen, it wasn't safe to be heard, distorted that audio so much that even when I was editing it, I could hear myself, but when I posted it, nobody else could hear me. And this is what I'm talking about. Our beliefs can distort our reality. So when we start to change these beliefs, we can start to change our reality. And we can start to attract different things into our experience that will align with that identity that we are now stepping into. For instance, I attracted a better mic where you can actually hear me. So I share this story with you because our beliefs affect our reality. Now, beliefs you're not even aware of. And for some of us who grew up in narcissistic, abusive households, or maybe we had a parent with borderline personality disorder, or maybe they had some other form of mental illness, we grew up learning to be quiet, to not be seen, to conform, and to shut our mouth and take orders. Otherwise, we could be abused emotionally, physically, and psychologically. We have been conditioned to suppress our voices, to remain fearful, to conform, and to stay small. I had a belief, as many traumatized children do, that it's not safe to be seen. Because if I'm seen, I could be abused. I could be attacked. And so what happens is we become adults and we don't want to be seen because we don't want to be attacked. But I will tell you, when you go along this journey, there are going to be people out there that are going to leave nasty comments in your YouTube videos. I've encountered this. They are out there. But we can use this energy that comes towards us to transmute even more layers of beliefs within us. Because this path is the path that you're going to walk down that's going to lead to your greatest transformation. These people, these trolls, these abusers that come along your way are only here to make you stronger. Imagine a tree that grows in an environment that has no wind. These redwoods that grow in the redwood forest, if a wind comes by, the whole tree falls over, and it's these giant trees. But there are these trees that are cottonwood trees, and they grow in these winds that are so strong, like 100-mile-per-hour winds. And the roots are so strong, and this tree is so strong that nothing can bring it down. So I want you to look at these people who come across your path, the people that you fear are going to attack you, as almost like a personal trainer who's going to make you stronger. Because if you are up for the journey, if you are up for the hero's journey, that you're going to walk down on this path, and you acknowledge and become conscious of these deeper beliefs that are stored in your brain, if you can work with somebody who can help you transmute it, then you will step into the greatest version of yourself that you have ever known. And you will become that leader that everyone is looking for, because your audience is out there. They are looking for you. They are wanting to join you in your movement that you have to change this world. How many of you have a fear of being seen? Maybe this is affecting your romantic relationships. Maybe you don't want to get out there because you're afraid you'll encounter another abusive partner that you've experienced over and over again in your past relationships. Maybe you're struggling in your business or your career because you're running up against this fear of being seen, and it's paralyzing you. It's stopping you from doing the very things that you know you need to do. Maybe you're running up against a lot of procrastination on a project that could move the needle forward for you, that could really help you be seen in a big way, but you just can't do it. And you blame yourself for procrastinating. What's wrong with me? Why do I keep doing this? Well, what if I told you it's because your subconscious mind knows that that very project, that very thing that you want to do will help you be seen in such a big way. But it doesn't want you to go to that new level because it fears that new level, because it's never experienced that new level. So you guys got to understand with the subconscious mind, what it hasn't experienced yet in life, it deems unsurvivable because it hasn't survived it. And it doesn't want to go into those new areas. It doesn't want to charter into those unknown lands because it doesn't know how to navigate it. What it knows how to navigate is the trauma that you've experienced in the past. That's what feels survivable to it. So it will unconsciously draw into your reality, draw into your experiences, those same traumatizing events. Maybe it's the same partner with a different face. Maybe it's the same small business, but you have the same outcome. If you're noticing a pattern repeating, it's because that's what the subconscious mind knows how to survive. Let me know in the comments down below, how is this fear of being seen negatively impacting your life? I know that deep down you truly want to be seen. Every child wants to be seen and accepted for who they truly are. I know that you have a little inner child in you who desperately wants to be seen, acknowledged for who they are, and to be loved for who they are. But many of us have learned when we were little that to be seen in that way meant danger, could possibly mean anger and abuse. And so we hide. Because it's safer to hide. It's safer to not be seen. It's safer to not be heard. Now, I say this not to make you feel like there's something wrong with your brain. That's not what this is about. I say this because your brain is working perfectly as it's designed. And what we experience when we're little, the trauma, gets stored in our neurology. And it becomes the very thing that the subconscious mind recreates in order to help you survive. Because that's the number one function of the brain, is it wants to keep the human alive. It wants to keep you alive. And that's what it's been programmed to do. Now, if you are looking to change your subconscious mind, to update this outdated programming, then I want you to reach out for a complimentary 15-minute call. You can find that link in the description below, and we can see that working together will be a good fit. Because once we update and change the programming that's deep in your subconscious mind, then we can release that old identity of someone who's got this fear of being seen, and step into somebody who wants to be seen, someone who wants to be seen by others, to attract their audience, to make this change in humanity, in our world, and create a movement where people will follow you in your vision, because you were called here to do something massively important. So let's get rid of these fears. Let's get rid of these blocks that stand between you and what you came here to do, because you have a calling. God, source, spirit wouldn't have whispered this calling in your ear if they didn't want you to do it. Take that as a sign. Let's not let those stored memories from the past limit us from reaching our full potential, because you have a calling to do this now. You know, one of the beliefs I had about being seen was, and it felt very much connected to Martin Luther King Jr. or any leader out there who has stepped in front of others to change this world for a better place, that they'll be killed, that they'll be assassinated. And that was a deep fear that I had, which kept me and prevented me from stepping into this new identity, an identity of somebody who was here to help change the world, to make it a better place. Now, I know there are plenty of you out there, and some of you might share that belief, but that's something we need to face. That's a fear that we all had. And the acronym for fear that I want you to start to integrate into all of this is called Face Everything and Recover. Face your fears and then recover after you have faced them. True leaders speak up. True leaders face their fears and recover later. True leaders have courage to change the world, to take a stand, to speak up. And I know that's you. So what is something that you can do today to face your fears and then recover later? Maybe it's making your first YouTube video. Maybe it's making your first podcast. Maybe it's putting your art online to be sold. Let me know in the comments down below, what is it that you want to do that scares you? Go out there, do it, and let me know. Come back to this video and let me know what that experience was like for you. Because once the subconscious mind learns something new and it survives it, it goes, oh, this is survivable. So you got to keep doing it over and over and over again to create those new neural pathways so that it knows this is a path it can take and it'll be okay. But if you are running up against this fear, this fear of being seen. Whatever that fear may be, whatever's rooted to that experience, go ahead and reach out and we can get to the bottom of this and reprogram it deep in your subconscious mind so that you can more easily do these things that you want to do that are here to change the world. Because you never know the impact that you could have on someone's life, on a group of people. You'll never know. But all you can do is follow your heart and follow the path that'll lead to not only your growth and transformation, but the growth and transformation for everyone around you, for all the souls that you touch with your art, with your words, with your vision. A lot of the times we have this fear of being seen and we change who we are to please everybody else. If we had a narcissistic or abusive parent, we changed ourselves. We became people pleasers in order to please them so that we wouldn't get abused, so that we wouldn't wake the beast that was deep within them, so that we could avoid the nasty comments, the psychological abuse that came with us being authentically who we are. So a lot of us learn to suppress our authentic selves, to change who we are, to please everybody else. But that's not what's going to get you seen. What's going to get you seen is who you authentically are. Let's reveal who that authentic person is within you, that authentic identity, because that is what your audience is looking for. They're looking for the real you who wants to say the things that are deep within their soul, within their heart. They're looking to align with your vision. They're not looking to align with the identity of you who is here to please everybody else. They're looking for the version of you that is willing to take a stand, even if you have to stand alone for a while and grow stronger. And then they will join you. If you are scared, take that as a sign that you're on the right path. This is going to be the path that leads to your greatest transformation. I know it was scary for me to step into being an entrepreneur, a solo entrepreneur. I had no one else to lean on, no one else to help me. I just did it. Every day I woke up and I kept making videos. Every day I kept waking up and focusing on my business, learning more things, learning more skills, reprogramming my own subconscious, and I kept moving forward. Now, there were times when I wanted to give up, times when I wanted to say, F it all, it's just too hard. But I kept moving forward because deep in me was a passion, a knowingness that this is what my soul really wanted. Even when times were tough, even when I didn't know if I was going to pay rent, I kept moving forward. That's because I have a vision, and I know you have one too. It doesn't have to be as hard as we make it out to be. Our subconscious mind is the thing that's getting in our way. It's here to protect us. It's here to keep us safe. I don't want to discount it in any way. It is working perfectly as designed. But what if we can reprogram it? What if we can change it so that it can be more of your best friend and ally and help you get to those levels of success? So I invite you to step into the unknown. I invite you to step into the fear, to face everything and recover. Do something today that'll help you be seen. And don't look at the results, don't look at the views, don't look at any of that. Just do the action and recover afterwards. Because everything you want is down this path. Your dreams, the version of you that you want to become, the version of yourself that you know you are. It's time to shed your old identity. It's time to face everything and recover. Write down in the comments down below, it is safe for me to be seen. Claim it. Write it over and over and over again and get that penetrated into the subconscious mind. If you would like any help or assistance along your journey, feel free to reach out. I have spent the past decade learning how to transform, transmute, and reprogram the subconscious mind so that people can step into their true identity and make a change and impact on this world for the better. Because I know you have that calling. I know it is in you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have made it this far in the video. If you guys have made it this far in the video, please give this video a thumbs up and share this video with somebody that you too think can get help from it. And if you are interested in learning how your childhood can impact your subconscious mind, I want you to go ahead and check out this video here. Bye.